SeaWorld Orlando is referred to as the coaster capital of Orlando. This park is the most roller coasters in Orlando, including the city's tallest and fastest roller coaster. This is the flagship park in the United Parks chain, and ever since the backlash from the Blackfish documentary, they have been investing heavily in this park's ride lineup. This includes both coasters and non-coasters. So in this video, I will rank the park's top 10 rides. This list will not include any of the animal exhibits because it is tricky to compare them with a ride. I also will not be including any of the animal shows. These have changed quite a bit through the years. Some older ones I enjoyed, like Pets Ahoy, have been outright removed. Then the content and themes of the current shows have also evolved following Blackfish. This list also includes 2 honorable mentions for 2 dark rides that have been removed in recent years. Number 10, Sky Tower. This is a massive 400-foot or 122-meter tall observation tower. Since Florida is so flat, you can see for miles in each direction. You can catch all the areas of their theme parks in the distance. Then you also get a fantastic 360-degree view of SeaWorld. With all the roller coasters in this park, something is always cycling. It is worth knowing this ride is an upcharge unless you have an annual pass. Number 9, Penguin Trek. This is the park's newest roller coaster. This is a Bolliger Mabillard or B&M launched family coaster. It is a unique model. I had heard it was rough in advance of my visit, but it tracked fine to me. The layout is flowy. It is not overly forceful, but there are 2 punchy launches and a seemingly endless series of head choppers. Then the experience begins with a lengthy dark ride sequence through a well-themed icy cavern. Up next is the first honorable mention for Antarctica Empire the Penguin. This was the former dark ride that Penguin Trek replaced. I loved the ride system. It was a trackless dark ride with a mild and wild setting. I loved how the vehicles would spin, dance, and rumble about each room. The visuals were not quite as memorable though. While the icy walls looked good, several rooms had little to look at. Others had okay screens. The big reveal of the actual penguin exhibit at the end was amazing though. It was easily the highlight. Up next is the other honorable mention for Wild Arctic. This was a former simulator. It was one of the rowdiest rides of its kind. It really shook you about, and I liked how tenacious it was. The plot was a treacherous journey through the Arctic. It was a good premise that lent itself to the ride system. The visuals were unfortunately quite dated by the ride's later years though. Number 8, Expedition Odyssey. This is a flying theater that replaced Wild Arctic. Visually, it is a far better experience. The video quality is great. Some of the camera angles were a bit dizzying though relative to other versions. It is a long ride through a variety of Arctic environments, each with some animals. The theater, which was built by Mach, has well synchronized motion. It just was not as nearly as crazy as its predecessor. Number 7, Journey to Atlantis. This is a very good water coaster for Mach rides. The initial dark ride scenes are excellent between the physical props, water effects, and musical score. The story does fall off for the second half, which is a byproduct of the ride's retheme many years ago. However, there are 2 enjoyable drops at least. The first is steep with a pop of airtime. The second is a twisting drop in the dark. Most rows are refreshing, but beware row 1. There's this little dip before the final lift. The splash rebounds off the wall and lands directly in the laps of those up front, much to their shock. Number 6, Kraken. This is a great B&M floorless coaster. It is one of the strongest rides of its kind. The first half is a familiar sequence of elements, but it is well executed. Then the second half is unique by incorporating these subterranean trenches. Most inversions of this coaster offer solid positive Gs. The 0G roll is the highlight though, as it is ultra whippy, and despite 2.5 decades of year-round operations, this coaster is still running smooth. Number 5, Infinity Falls. This is one of the best river rapids rides out there. Built by Intamin, this is a long and soaking experience. It is nearly impossible to come off this one dry. There are countless rapids. Some of them are ginormous. Then there's a sequence where you're bombarded by one after another with no break. Then this ride also features a fun drop, which is one of the largest on a rapids ride. Add in the lush landscaping and a pleasant soundtrack, and this ride is an all-around winner. Number 4, Icebreaker. This is a Premier Rides quadruple launch coaster. It was originally marketed as a family coaster, but this is a bona fide thrill coaster. It is the best ride in the park for ejector airtime. Nearly every hill from the 4th launch onwards will catapult you out of your seat. None of it is sustained. They are brief but potent pops. I also like the weightlessness in the vertical stall and the spike during the swing launch sequence. I just wish this ride had more comfortable restraints. These trains have very limited legroom, particularly in the back row of any car. Number 3, Manta. This is an excellent B&M flying coaster. It is another well-landscaped attraction as it soars past trees, rocks, and ponds. The layout has good elements as well. The first drop is a nice punch in the back, then the pretzel loop is one of the most intense elements on the planet, levying intense positive Gs. The rest of the layout does dial back the intensity, but it still offers 3 more floaty inversions and some decently forceful turns. Number 2, Pipeline. This is the prototype surf coaster from B&M. This is a next generation stand-up coaster where the seats bounce with you as you go through the layout. This makes the experience more comfortable than older stand-ups. While the vests are still tight, the bounce relieves pressure on your legs, and it also accentuates the airtime. There are nearly a half dozen hills that'll send you airborne. It is all floater, but is sustained for a few seconds each time, and it is such a neat sensation getting negative Gs while standing up. You truly feel like you're flying. And coming in at number 1 is Mako. This B&M hypercoaster is the tallest and fastest roller coaster in Orlando. The first half has some of the best floater airtime on the planet, even more so than your standard B&M hyper. It is ultra sustained and super satisfying with those clamshell restraints. The second half only has a little airtime. It instead focuses on some delightfully swoopy turns above the midway in water. While I prefer airtime, these are still enjoyable between the laterals and visuals. This is one of the most re-rideable coasters out there, and it's always one I marathon when I'm at the park. If you want more in-depth thoughts about Mako, or any of the roller coasters in this list, I have separate reviews already published to the channel. Those are my 10 favorite rides at SeaWorld Orlando. Given how rapidly this park is expanding their ride lineup, there is a good chance this list will need to be revisited in a few years. What are your favorite attractions at this theme park? Let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed this countdown, I would appreciate it if you gave this video a like, and you consider subscribing, because there'll be a lot more roller coaster and amusement park videos here at Canopy Coaster. Thanks for watching.